I began cooking a lot at home during COVID. Those were pretty dark times, but the light I saw through it all was inside the kitchen. It felt like everyone was stuck at home, cooking their daily meals and posting online. And for a time, I felt like I was part of a cooking community on Instagram. Everyone is spontaneously following and encouraging one another. Food certainly brings people together. Thank God that COVID is over, but now that we're in the clear, I don't find myself cooking as much anymore. Other home cooks I followed don't post as frequently. That's why I really want to bring that cooking spirit back, because from the pandemic experience, I found being inside the kitchen very meditative for my mind to be calm and creative. So to keep motivated, me and Poopy have ordered ourselves a brand new Hasegawa cutting board. I was initially looking for a large wooden chopping block, but something about the black on this Hasegawa stood out. It looks very sleek and the board feels very light for its size. Inside is actual wood coated on a black rubber finish. It took a couple days before I was willing to cut on it to keep it new as possible, but I can say it felt very comfortable on the palm. The micro indents on the board create a good grip. I've never been a fan of sharp knives at home. I don't sharpen my knives, and that leads to problems cutting tomatoes, chilies, especially with the skin. But this Hasegawa cutting board, it's really changed the game for me. I don't need a very sharp knife to penetrate through the skin with these micro indents that make cutting so much easier. I did notice that there wasn't much grip at the bottom of the board to hold position. It began to move forward every time I lean in. But that can be fixed with simple kitchen hacks like placing a towel at the bottom. Overall, was super satisfied with our purchase. Feels like the perfect cutting board for beginners and home cooks like me. The grip gives a better control for safety, and I could feel better precision for thinner cuts. First thing we are making with our new cutting board is gonna be a simple salmon belly garlic pasta. I found a very nice packet of Norwegian salmon belly at a specialized supermarket. We are gonna pair it with the Biko fish roe that contrasts well with the orange color of salmon. It also gives a sweet savory crunch I find good with any seafood pasta. I'm using fresh chili instead of dried chili flakes because it adds better color. This is actually Chinese parsley, but it tastes similar, mild in flavor, so we're going with that because it's easier for me to find at the local supermarkets. Your choice of pasta. I love using squid nero pasta to enhance the seafood flavor for its brininess. But for the camera purposes, we use tagliatelle in the end to bring out the full colors of our dish. So let's start by marinating our salmon belly. It's a very simple marinade that works best with salmon. First, we have to dry out our salmon to better absorb our spices. We need lemon zest for that uplifting aroma to keep things fresh. Black and white pepper for that earthy depth and flavor. I have some garlic salt here, and it's better to use dry rubs. That way we can also take out more of that moisture. Most important ingredient for our marinade is dill. I am just totally obsessed with dill and salmon. It's always been the best combination of flavors, so I am adding in a generous amount. After all the spices, we can lock in all those flavors with olive oil in a plastic bag. Make sure for any marinade to add it in last. If you add it in first, the oil is going to create a coating, blocking off all the spices and the flavors won't sink in as deep, so be mindful of that. Oil is essential though. The surface of your meats will glisten off the pan sear if it's had enough time to absorb the oils. So let's give our marinade at least 30 minutes before cooking. Meanwhile, we should prepare the aromatics. I'm using a crusher for my garlic to save time. I've also noticed that just with a few cuts, I can already see the markings on my Hasegawa board. But things like this are inevitable on any cutting board. But I would think twice before taking out the cleaver, the butcher knife, or anything heavy duty, because I don't think this board is strong enough to last. It's better for more intricate cuts from the grip and accuracy. The micro indents are still visible even through the knife markings, and these micro indents is the reason that makes this cutting board so good. For its grip, control, and accuracy, it's a very desirable board for cutting fruits, vegetables, probably even fish. But we have to see how durable it really is with a future update. But for now, I love this board and I am gonna do my best to preserve it, even though it gives me that itch to cook something every time I look at it. So everything ready, we are heating up our pan, generous amount of olive oil. Aromatics in, I'm not looking to turn anything brown, avoid burning anything, use gentle heat, and along with our chilies, we are gonna add in our parsley stalks. Nothing goes to waste. I see a lot of exceptional chefs temporarily add in their parsley stalks for better flavor. To be absolutely honest, I don't really taste a difference, but it's the little things in cooking that count, so we are treating it like discipline. Add in white wine, take out our parsley stalks, and in with our pasta. A splash of water and cover our lid, and this is gonna take 8 minutes. One pan pastas work great with anything alio olio based because that way the starch from your pasta is gonna be more incorporated with your final sauce. But be mindful of how much water you use. If you feel like it's too watery, remove the lid. Cooking small salmon fillets like this should only take 3 minutes, a minute and a half for each side. Skin side down first for that crispy crunch. But if you have one stove, you should cook this before the pasta and let it rest. I usually like my salmon fillets medium rare, and I'm gonna show you how I cook my salmon to a perfect texture in a future video. But this time, using salmon belly, there is a far higher fat content, so it's better to cook it longer and render out the oil. The tagliatelle is coming together, the sauce looks lush and thick enough. We can begin adding our parsley tobacco and patting ourselves on the back, seeing all these beautiful colors all come together. A simple alio olio pasta with salmon belly. A first of many to come, kicking off me and Pirate's kitchen journey with the help of our new Hasegawa cutting board. Much love. I really hope our viewers can find that passion in the kitchen once again, cooking for loved ones, family, people you want to impress. This black cutting board got my passion in check. I feel like I've suddenly become a better cook because of it, and it comes highly recommended to you from a kitchen beginner home cook chef like myself. Peace and love. Make sure to subscribe because in the next video I am showing you our newfound discovery. Our signature seafood pasta sauce. You are not gonna believe how I made it. It's the most innovative thing I've created and I can't wait to show you the recipe.